And I know that you're having new initiatives, right, and providing new fundings, and it's something that I'm really interested about because last year I entered the Norwalk City Science Fair and with an invention, and I won the title of Best in the Fair. I later went on to compete into the state level. I later went and competed at the state level and was awarded a $20,000 scholarship to Quinnipiac University. However, due to my legal status, it's something that I don't have access to. Also, you know, there's a large community of students out there in the same situation that I am. And my question is, what initiatives will you be taking to help this community of students to go to college? Because I know we have in-state tuition for undocumented students, but that's still not enough. You know, so what are you going to be doing to help my dreams become realities so I can contribute to the economy of Connecticut and the United States?
Sure, thank you. I want to thank you. And I want to congratulate you for your success. You do make reference to the fact that we did pass the DREAM Act in Connecticut long before the federal government did anything on this subject. We addressed it in the state of Connecticut. One of the first things I did as governor, which does assure people who graduate from our high schools in the state of Connecticut access at in-state tuition, which was formerly not available. So that is a substantial, I suppose, down payment. I think the reality is America's got to deal with this issue. And we'll play active and effective roles and try to make progress in the state of Connecticut as we have in the past. You know, but really this is an issue that Washington needs to deal with. You know, you came here at 6, and I can't condone what your parents did, but the reality is you've been here a long period of time and you're not going anywhere. And we shouldn't be cutting off our noses to spite our face on the prospect that you are going to go somewhere. You're going to be here. You're going to be part of the fabric of Norwalk or Connecticut or the United States. And as somebody who was brought here as a 6-year-old, I think that's highly appropriate. But what we really need is a more mature discussion taking place in Washington about this issue. But I'll work with you on what we can do. Unfortunately, I can't change the federal rules. So when it comes to eligibility for federal programs, no matter what I do in the state of Connecticut, I can't make you automatically eligible for those programs. Whether there's another way to be helpful beyond in-state tuition, we'll have to figure it out. I will say to you that access to community college on a post-high school level or a pre-high school graduation level is something that I very much believe is an effective way to reduce costs for students who want to get ultimately want to get their baccalaureate degree. You know, I've led this year with a program that would allow students to actually graduate with a high school diploma and an associate's degree at the same time. Something that we're going to hopefully be bringing to Norwalk specifically. You'll probably be graduated by the time that program gets up and running. But I think it's highly appropriate, and if you have ideas, I'd be happy to exchange those with you, and you can feel free. And one of these guys back here will talk to you, and we'll try to make a connection. But I don't want to mislead you. I can't change federal law. And I'm not looking to be in Washington either, except for short periods of time where I tell them the needs of people like you. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, one of the things we should find out is whether governor's scholarships are whether he's eligible. We should look into that. Okay?
I will do that for you. Okay, so next is Bruce Millian, followed by, and I apologize, I think it's Marcel Fortina. Something close to that.
Hey, Bruce.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Thanks for making us your #1 stop on your 2014 tour. I want to thank you for taking the leadership position, and hopefully it'll pass that the pension for teachers will not only be taxed by the state at 50%. That's something we wanted for a long time, and wow, it's great that it's coming. My 94 mother also says thank you, too.
Yeah, let me tell you the story behind it. There's a guy in Stanford by the name of John Kane, who was a teacher, who pulled me aside, I think it was in 2005, and explained the unfairness. So if you don't understand this, let me just take a second and explain it to you. Teachers in Connecticut are not eligible to participate in the Social Security program. And Social Security is not taxable by the state of Connecticut. But the teachers have a pension which is taxable. So what our proposal is beginning this year, and we kind of roughly calculated this, to make 25% not taxable this year, to go to 50%, which on an apples-to-apples basis would represent the same treatment, average cost or average payment to Social Security. That's all we're trying to do, and it was a promise I made to John a long time ago. Thank you.
In addition, we also want to thank you for moving forward on universal pre-K with that goal that every child in Connecticut will have that opportunity. I know we're heading in that direction, but anything you can do to move it forward as quickly as possible, greatly appreciated.
Well, let me just say this, those 1,000 spaces that we'll make available this year will primarily go to priority school districts, one of which is Norwalk. So, Mayor and Board of Ed, you guys to accept some of those, and that was a bit of a problem the first go-around 2 years ago, so let's try to get it addressed.
Tomorrow, Education Commissioner Pryor is coming to Brookside School, which you visited, and he's coming to see two of our exemplary colleagues do their work on Common Core. We invited him, he's coming, and he will really see some great things. The thing that's interesting about our colleagues is they're involved in a job share, so they can have their professional career, they can be great moms, and they can move forward with the things that they do, and we're very happy he's coming tomorrow.
Good. Well, let me say, yeah, I had been to Brookside, and I loved seeing what I saw when I took that walk through the school and the programs. I've actually been to a couple of schools in Norwalk, and I think good work is being done. I think there's a realization that we can do more. Well, that's what we're trying to do more, and I'm trying to help lead the way.
Great. We thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much.